update this year. Things that we accomplished and then some upcoming events. And then I'm going to go through how the election is going to run, what the process looks like, and then all of our positions, because a lot of our positions change. All right, here's our quick agenda. Our first is Vicky's going to do an update on all of our finances. Jen's going to do a quick update on the spring carnival. Heather is going to cover membership for the upcoming year, spirit wear and school supplies, and then I'll go through the election process. So I would then turn it over, and then we'll answer any questions. All right. Okay, so we just wanted to start to go through the numbers. So we will this together just to get some summary. If you ever want to see this in more detail, let me know. I can share it with you. So just to look at income and expenses in summary. So we have the budget in the first column. So our budget for income this year was $89,011. So far at this point, we're at $99,982. Now, it's important to note too that none of our spring carnival stuff is in there yet. So actually, take that back. I think I put a placeholder about everything for the auction. So that's where we're at right now. For sure. Here we go. I think we've got about 5,000 in ticket sales that is not coming over here. So this will be over. We should be hitting that milestone. But in general, we can look at our major fundraising right at what we had budgeted. So we'll add the spring carnival and we'll surpass that. Minor fundraising, we'll see details on the next slide, so you can see this there. We're over from that perspective. Membership fees are over that $265, so close. That was estimated well. And then there's just some other placeholders. And then to look at the expenses. So obviously the goal of budgeting for a non-profit is our expenses are very right. That's how you can see our budget. We budgeted right about at the minute. At this point, we spent $82,192. So we're at a net cash increase of about $18,000. So I would guess maybe we'll end in 20, 25, I would guess. So we'll take that into next year. We'll make sure we budget accordingly so we have more money for maybe things to help school or other. All right, so let's go into all right, here's income broken down just a little bit more. So you'll see what's incorporated in major fundraising, minor, and then other things there. So again, it just shows you a breakdown for the fall fundraiser, for example. We had budgeted to bring in $54,600, brought in $62,708, so we're up 8,100. Again, so we look at the spring fundraiser, people that were under right now, but we don't have an auction, sales, so we'll surpass that. Looking at minor fundraising here, they're kind of small across the board, but it's important to note, supplies, for example, we made about $150 when we expected. Spirit shop is doing awesome this year, so we budgeted $5,000. Right now we're at $7,300, and we still work up. So they're averaging at like $1,200 a spirit shop. Spirit nights, there's a lot more too. So we just deposited, I think, 2 Chick-fil-A and 2 Marcos. That's what said we're outstanding. And then we have another 2 Marcos. So yeah, so we've got some more income coming there. So while it looks like we're under, we'll surpass that for sure. Spirit shirts, we did double what we expected. So we're at $5K there. So yeah, those are the big items there. So we should definitely make a change there. So here's our expenses. All right, so I have a little cheat sheet on some of these so we can make sure we understand what specifically I'm here to do for. So the budget is $54,561. Our actual right now is $54,161. Let me just walk you through a few of these. Because we knew that we were going to end up at a surplus this year, just seeing how some of our fundraising had gone. And we had a surplus last year because of COVID, there was as much spending. So we had money. And so in some of our prior meetings, we approved the payment for field trips. So we're going to, the PTO paying for all the field trips this year. So you're going to see some things where like it wasn't budgeted for exactly what we're spending. We're going to go over in some areas just because we knew we had over that we wanted to use for good purposes. So for an example, I mean, field trips so far, we've spent 18,000 of lots of time. So that'll mean we got 2 more to go. Some other things there, just this like Freckle cost is 3,700, Education Galaxy 1,000. So like these curriculum assistance, like programs that we use are about 5K, I would say. So that's what's incorporated in there. There was some teacher training, like they brought specialists in to train the teachers. That's what's incorporated. Looking at school events. So the big one there is going to be hospitality. The budget 6,000, we spent just a little over 5. Fundraising, specifically in the major, there's not a huge budget for it because we tend to get donations for a lot of our things. So we spent 3,100, the budget was 2,000, pretty close. Big ones here with the minor, there's this here shop expenses and there's more shirts. It's school parties. So we have a budget of 11,200, we spent 4,000. So right now, we definitely spent less than budgeted. We've got more to come, but all in all, we should show surplus that will roll over to next year's budget. Any questions? All right, thank you so much. Good. Okay, I am going to be presenting about the carnival that is going to happen this Saturday. This is our first time we're doing this. We will have a wonderful turnout. Ticket sales are great. Looks like there's going to be a lot of people there, so we're looking forward to that. I've had some questions about if everyone can come, if your grandparents can come, or people that don't go to school. The answer is yes, everyone can come. We are no longer doing ticket sales online. It's all going to be at the door. So it's $7 at the door, and then the food and drinks and the very much artists are $2 per ticket. And you can also buy those there as cash only. Parking situation, we were asking that everybody be carpool if they can, because we're going to have a ton of cars. Mainly, we want you to park at Anthony Middle School. We're also going to have golf cart parking, and I have Cash and Math on social media, and Thinkers, I believe, is going to be sending that out. So you can see exactly where to park. Try to bring a golf cart or go with friends. The other thing is the Nerf wars. Make sure that you bring your Nerf gun. We are not providing Nerf guns. We're asking that if you want to participate, that you make sure that you bring your and label it in your name if you can plus. We'll have a lot of Nerf guns. The last thing, or we have 2 more things. The auction is still going on. We're going to end the auction at 11:45 p.m. on the day of the carnival. So get your bids in. We've had a lot of participation in that, so we're really excited about that. And the last thing is we still need volunteers. We are lacking in volunteers for pretty much all areas, and so if you could please volunteer or get somebody, one of your friends to come help volunteer, you can sign them up on the sign up sheet. And just a little thank you to Jen. She and her committee have been absolutely amazing. This has been a huge undertaking. This is the first time, at least since I've been here, I've been here for 3 years. This is the first time we've done an event like this. And so she was literally starting from scratch. And an amazing committee, and she's like the most organized human being on this earth. So just want to give major props to Jen and her committee. It's going to be a really fun event. So, okay, I'm going to turn it over to Heather. So, it is cool. It's super brief. Membership, for those of you that have been here for a while, typically the membership drive starts off in September or sometimes early August, and the year starting early, so you'll start to see, we're going to do a big drive. You'll start to see some details on the membership drive coming out next week, and so we'll do that for the school year, or for the summer, and then end it in September. So I know a lot happens at the beginning of the year, and we'll throw a membership drive on top of that, so we're going to back that up and start earlier and add some other things to it. The other thing is school supplies. We are working with our vendor. We got the list of all the teachers, and they are now pricing out the school supplies for us. And then once we get that, we'll send that out to everybody also, where you can start purchasing your school supplies for next year. If you have never done that, I would encourage you to do that, because on the first day of school, those supplies, or meet your teacher, those supplies are in the classroom
ready for your child. Plus, drop-off line, you're here and ready for them. Yes, please.
If you told it no, I know there's people that look at Frank and go, oh my gosh, I need all that. I don't know if they have. I don't know if you noticed when Vicky presented the fundraising, it's on my fundraising. We're now only made our PTO only made $145.
Yes.
So that's one thing that we don't add money onto. It's just, it might be like community stuff, yeah, to make it an even amount of money, but that's really just to try to be convenient for our families. It's not a fundraiser, so that money is really just for the supplies. So I just want you guys to be aware of that.
The vendor does work with us, and we do purchase from them. Oftentimes, they'll give us the school, they'll provide extra labor for the school, or they'll give us kickbacks, not us as PTO, but for product for the school. In Spirit Wear, we're also going to getting Spirit Wear shirts like starting in the spring, and you can buy them. Ideally, we'll still work out details, but ideally, you would have your school supply on the first day of school. You'll have your school supplies and your Spirit Wear, right? So you have all of that.
You need the teacher, and the school supplies are sitting there, and you're the teacher.
Yes, ideally, you need the teacher.
You like take it home with you, and you wear
And you're not having to worry about making it into a backpack.
That's what we need.
Yes, so hope that everybody can have that. And then I have a couple pieces of Spirit Wear still here left over. Anybody can purchase. I have 2 hoodies, 1 long sleeve with a shirt, and then the rest are. So, all right, thank you.
Sorry. All right. So I'm going to get started on this. So really, for the most part, I will tell y'all what's up here. So I don't cut up really quick and split the slide. It is the sheet that you guys have, but I just really going to go into more detail with it. So let's get into our election this year. So this is something we haven't done in a while. So we're really excited about it, and it's a new process for us. So we want to make sure that everybody has a good understanding of it, and we hope that lots of people are interested in moving forward. So thank you. So the first thing that we wanted to go over with. So these are your nomination forms, and for anyone who's not here, I'm going to post these on the Renell website, the Renell PTO website, the Facebook group, and then we'll probably put them on your Red Book reader. They'll be out there for everybody to be able to get. So the first thing we want to say is when you fill out your form, decide which positions you're interested in and rank them. So if you're only interested in running for second vice president, then just put 1 and leave it at that. You don't have to write. It's not assessing that you're going to start writing every single position. No, only the positions that you're interested in. Once you completed your form, it will go to the nominating committee. So there is a nominating committee that will run this whole election process. It will not be run by me. It will not be run by the board, because almost every board position is open this year. So we are all actually running for positions as well. So we will not be involved in this process after. And then we're going to move on. So once you complete your form, it will go to the nominating committee. Send it to Renell@cfisd.net, or you can drop it off to the front office with Melvin, and they will file them, and they will give them to the nominating committee, because they'll kind of take it from there. So just for whatever it's worth, I will not be able to be on the never seen this. The due date for those is Thursday, April 14th. So that is the last day we would like to get them in, so that gives the nominating committee plenty of time to really vet them. And by that, I just mean like going through and making sure we have somebody running for every single position. Because if we don't, then they kind of need to go around with trying to solicit someone to reconsider what they're running for. And then also to make sure that you've got kind of a background that you would be eligible to run for a position. The other thing that they will be in charge of is the actual election itself, which will take place here in the cafeteria on Monday, April 25th at 6 p.m. And you'll come in and you will vote. You'll have ballots. You'll fill out your ballot. You'll and into the nominating committee, and that they will be in charge of gathering the votes, tallying the votes, and then announcing winners. So they will come up with the slate once they get all the nomination forms in, and that's what you'll come and receive to vote on. So, in order to run for a board position, we would like you to either serve as a committee head in the past or as an active participant on the committee in the past year. If you're running for the office of president, we'd like you to have been on board for a year. And really the reason being is we don't want anybody jumping in and really over their head. They've never really been involved in this before. But I really want to walk away with what I want to walk away with today is really an understanding of the time commitment that there is and what kind of responsibility it is. So I'm all about transparency. Like we're not trying to sugarcoat anything here. I just want you to understand exactly what this job is. And share each one with you as we go through this position. Okay, so the next one. Required time commitment. So these are the expected events that a board member will need to attend every year. Most of these occur during the day, like during the school day. So monthly board meetings. We have a board meeting every month. It's typically the first Wednesday of the month. It may change next year. I'm speaking on everything as it happened this year. I do not know if I will be in this position next year, so someone may come in and change. But this year was 9:45 on the first Wednesdays of the month. All the general meetings, which we typically have two. We have the first or second week of school in Lake House. That's where we get to meet all the board, all the committee heads, all the volunteer positions that are available are presented. And then we will do one around this time next year as well to go through just kind of an update. And then if anything comes up throughout the year, we'll call another meeting, we will, like we did this year with, we updated our guidelines. The school supply distribution, which Heather alluded to, we need the entire board to be present for that. It's typically 1 or 2 days the last week of summer. All of the supplies are shipped here. They are packaged by grade, but we have to come in on giant counts. We have to unroll, we sort them by grade, and get them all staged. So the second that the classes come out, which those are always kind of a changing thing of its blessing, then we have to distribute the whole class. So it's important to have everybody here because it makes it a lot faster. If you knock it out, we're all here. The holiday and the end of year parties, we need the entire board present at those things, working as a board team, not for your individual classroom. So it's a big undertaking to do these class parties for the entire school. So to make sure that no one's left over after that. Any fundraising events require student attend. So would you step it up again? The Dave Lawson has a big event, which is a pretty big undertaking. Yes, they work for the company every year, but I will say we did a lot of work with it. The PTO, the board did, and we had volunteers and really coordinating volunteers with them. And then the spring carnival, what event we have in the spring next year, there's a couple planning meetings typically, and then we're going to be there for setup. This year we're doing the night before on Friday, and then the entire event. And then you're also going to be doing a committee meeting at the beginning of the school year. Typically, when I've been in charge, I like to get meeting dates out to everyone for the entire school year as soon as possible. I know people like to bring around things. This is a new meeting we're going to have this year to make sure that all the board members really get to meet their committee heads, get to sit down with them one-on-one, help them kind of game plan their year. We just really want to increase communication between the committee. Any questions on this? I'm sorry. They're about to switch. They're solving. Okay, so next thing on the nomination form are the questions we are asking you. So we want to make sure that you fill out this, and this is really your choice to see yourself. You're not going to vote. So what committees have you headed up or been a member of in this meeting? What other volunteer opportunities have you participated in or not? So a really big example there would be, do you work in the library? That's a huge job. PTO does not run library volunteers, so that would be something we definitely want to call out on here. And then something that you would like the PTO to know about these stuff, like is some sort of history you have in, or like, crafting or something like that that you want to consider sharing. The other thing, and I'm not going to pass this out today because I'm not going to pass out the committee benefits tonight because I feel like the new board should have a say. I have an idea in my head of what I think we should be probably 8 or 9 committee head positions. Plus, we're going to do, for the same level, 2 grade level coordinator positions per week. So that would be in addition to the 8 or 9. But I do want the board members to have an input on which heads they have for their umbrella. And then I also want the board to have an input on who is selected for those jobs because let's get her. That is so the board positions are a 2-year commitment. The terms of the board are 2 years. The terms of committee heads are 1 year. So next year, every year we change up the committee. Now we'll put those interest forms as soon as the election is over. Or whoever is in that position, we'll post that as soon as the election. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through all of the open board positions. Sorry, this is a lot of information. So as we're kind of going through my position, it's kind of a small group. Please feel free to jump in and ask. I can answer as much as I can because most of the are here. So even though some of the titles have changed, someone's in charge of all of these. So hopefully we'll get things right. We did review a lot of positions and we added some positions this year. So really the thought process behind it was really finding putting these together to make this together and also making sure there's a proper division of labor. We're full of getting positions that were as big as local positions. So we some of those as well. Okay, so the first one is president position. So the president will preside at all board and general meetings. She's the main point of contact for school staff and PTO members, and is a representative of the school at all events. The president is required to attend all board meetings. There's another set of meetings that I want to tell you about that you're required to attend. There's the side fair president's council meeting, which is not me. There's the side fair meeting, which is currently, and then the presidency representative of the superintendent's parent committee, the president also serves as an honorary leader of Boy Scout Pack for the Board of Eight. PTO owns the charter of this state. So I think that being our Boy Scouts this year, but I do get over communication. Meetings, bylaws, election preparations, and any this year he's the Lord of the to coordinate strong leadership, communication skills, organized, and this position usually requires about 10 hours Okay, the second position is well, one of the positions also out there, and that is vice president of labor. So further, up a committee, all the things I said Joe was doing earlier, that all falls under the person. Okay. Okay, so the second vice president of hospitality, this is a position that we moved into the board this year because it's such a big job. And then we kind of reshuffled and put things under it. So what falls under this position now, we're envisioning there could be one or two people in this job. Kind of depending upon. So they're in charge of all class parties. So that's from start to finish, like planning the theme, buying all the prizes, planning all the games, getting it all distributed, volunteers, that kind of thing. Teacher and staff appreciation. We do at least one event a month for the teachers and staff here at the school. It's either breakfast, lunch, little gifts, gift stations, all sorts of fun stuff. And that's all we bring child. So we have to be creative to come up with new ideas, and then they're also in charge of facilitating, buying all everything, setting it all up, setting up volunteers, getting reimbursed, all that kind of stuff. And then they also have a fifth grade party event, which that's something else we typically not for, which all aspects of the fifth grade party, which is a big undertaking in itself. Selling the bread box, maybe bread box cake, volunteers for that. Making sure that we get out of the parties. This is a big job. We do envision there being a couple of heads for this as well. But we're excited to have this on board. I think this is a really important job. That's awesome. Okay. So third vice president of minor fundraising. So this is not a position where we just kind of shuffle a few things. So they are in charge of spirit wear, school supplies, and spirit nights. We envision at least one committee event for this. So they will be the main point of contact with all vendors for each of these categories. So kind of as Heather was describing a minute ago, school supplies is already started. So really whoever ends up in this job will your major role of it next year into the next school since it's starting right now. So it really is working with the teachers now, figuring out what they need in their packs, working with the vendor, down to picking up the brands of the crayons and the box and negotiating the price and that kind of thing. So this is it. That's a detailed job. Spirit wear, the spirit wear person typically works with the singers, making the design of the shirts, works with the vendors on cost, getting in the proofs of what they look like, and then really getting up there and selling them and distributing them. And then finally, spirit nights. Probably, my mind, going to have a head for this. They will be in charge of working with local restaurants and local businesses on setting up the spirit nights for the school. Heather's done a really great job this year. Spirit has been very consistent. We've made a lot of money on it, and setting up all the advertising for it. Questions? Okay, moving on. So for vice president of membership and class parents. So what we did here is we moved class parents under membership. Kind of seemed to be something that makes sense to us. So as Heather mentioned before, we've done different things in the past for membership, and so we're going to try something new this year. We're thinking we kick it off early, and she's thinking of some fun events that we can do. We really want to get those membership numbers up, so that's the biggest piece of this job, is really getting people excited to join. The PTO is making it easy for them to sign up. So they are in charge of the annual membership drive, and then they will also be in charge of the classroom parents. So this is another thing that we are in the process of revamping. Really, the main thing is trying to get a little more consistency from class to class, and a selection process that's a little bit more. And then we're planning on having a meeting at the beginning of the school year with all the class parents, so that there's kind of an expectation set out there, so you know what you're signing up for. There will be grade level coordinators set from the beginning, so it's going to be kind of like a hierarchy, if you will. So you've got the board member, and then you've got all the coordinators below it, and then you've got the class parents. So we're hoping that this will really streamline the process and get consistency. Anybody have any questions? So more to come on that, because it's really just going to be more something we talk about when we really sat down and worked out all the details. I think that it's going to be this board started
summer, we started in 2020. So through this, we did virtual families, virtual parents, and we've learned a lot along the way. So I think that kind of explains some of
Yeah, oh, for sure, yes. Well, because this was our learning community. Like, this was our first time really doing it all, so we're like, okay, here's what worked, here's what didn't. You know, and that's why we kind of reshuffled some of the responsibilities too, so. Before the whole. Yes.
So that they talk about, the board talk about the reason that they want to have not just one person that sends a message to all the committees, I mean, all the classroom parents, see like how different classes did different things. So it's like, if that message to all parents, like, hey, in the past, some parents do these things, that they're aware. Some class parents were like, I didn't know, they were gonna do, you know, couple bananas for everyone. And so not that that's required, but just so that everybody's aware, hey, some classes might do this. Just so you're aware if you want to think about, those are some of the decisions they have about, like, why we're like, this job is totally bigger than, not just the class party, it's getting information out. Yes, yeah.
I think, like Laura said, it's been able to be.
It's been so, we had a lot of decided in the beginning, not understanding what the expectation was. And then, very quickly, they were just, it's very hard for me to know whether you're doing it or not. Because I don't know, so then I would find out, you know, a month later, I never heard from them. And then they had pre shop and I don't know. And so it was very hard to, it was a very big learning curve. But I think that immediately getting segregation and getting people in charge of each level, it's gonna be great.
Well, and honestly, once we have the meeting, and you're sitting there, and you're like, whoa, this is way more than I wanted. And you can tell,
Yeah.
whoever's in charge of that, it's like, awesome, and then you go to the next person. So that it's not gonna be like Laura described, like, you know, hearing from a random, and you're like, oh, I've never even heard from my class parent. Oh, you had an opportunity. So,
Yeah, you'd be shocked how many people just decided I want to do it. It's gonna be great.
yes.
Whoever gets that job, it's so good.
And we really, more board members would like, this is new, would like board members to come. That's multiple reasons. Number one, we want as many people who want to be involved in things to get jobs. And secondly, on things like class parties, we need the board all together in charge. We don't need them offshooting in different classrooms. So that's really kind of where we're at. Okay, next, let's talk about the fifth vice president of school support. So that is another new position. What this person will be in charge of is supporting the school-wide diversity in the yearbook, the spirit job, and then coordinating with the school on supplies and facilities. So I just kind of want to explain that for a second, and I'm going to let her talk for a second. So spirit job typically has one or two committee heads. So they run most of it. They do the purchasing and setting the volunteers, but there has to be a board member present at the spirit shop to handle the money. So that would be an expectation of this person. For the most part, this is committee head, which we have also committee heads this year. The school supplies is consumable needs. So this isn't school supplies we're talking about, whether like the kids' school supplies. This is needed supplies in the classroom throughout the year. So we have budgeted on our budget for twice a year for replenishment of supplies for teachers, and then also science consumables. So things like cups, soil, and different things that the classrooms need for science class. So what we're trying to do is right now, the teachers can tell the assistant, it's a process we want to manage now so we can be able to make it easier for the school to be able to coordinate. We don't need teachers asking parents to send in boxes of crayons all the time because we have to pay for it, we've budgeted for it, so now we just need to make sure that we're managing it so that we're getting all the supplies to everyone. So we're hoping this position will help with it. And then this position also covers the yearbook, which I'm going to let Heather talk about this for a moment. It is a committee head position, but it's a huge committee head position, probably the biggest one there is. And I just want her to tell you all about that.
text today, you didn't quite think about that, something to go over the snap pictures. Because otherwise, like at the end of the year, like now you'll see my posts where it's like, I need pictures, please. So all year long, we're trying to get those pictures. And we think we're doing a great job. We have a huge group of pictures, but then as the whole starts to go together, you see, we need a little bit more. Or like this is all the class, or like Tracy was talking about, for holidays and things like that. The board is needed to sort of help whoever's in charge. Then I'm also like, here, but we need pictures. So we also have these wonderful committee there who's available to snap pictures, not just their baby spots or classes, but you know, kind of all over and or whatever. So it's very rewarding. It's really cool to see these pictures come together and make this look of memories throughout the year. But it is a big time commitment, and I just want that to be out there so they can think about how fun it is and it is. But it's and like have to work very well. You work very closely. She's wonderful things happening, and she's the contact at Outward, the company that we've been working with. And she teaches you kind of how the program works. And even my committee this year, not everyone had access to the program because there's a lot of training that goes with it. So it's kind of like members of the committee would be hugely in charge of trying to take pictures, whereas a couple of us who are familiar with her and training on it are doing a lot of the back end stuff. Not that I'm not taking pictures as well, but you just have to have you wear a lot of hats, you know. I mean, it's different than Shutterfly. I think it's pretty user friendly, but there's a huge learning curve. There's still things that I kind of learn as I go. But because I'm in charge of it, it's like everyone's got my pictures and now it's fully on me, so like this week, like today, to make sure every page is as it is. You have that class portrait, all the teachers' portraits, class pictures that just come in. Great. We have a do not publish list of kids, do not be in the yearbook, so there's a lot of cross-checking. Again, not just grading away, it's really, really, really cool, but there's a lot, so a good committee and can make for a great experience. So just having that flexibility, just being able to like be available to go in for pictures for the main events, and then also send some cool things. Oh, hey, we didn't have that in the second grade. We only have Ms. Barker's class, and so please get in there tomorrow. There's not really a large group. It's hard to get a lot of pictures of. So we just like did last week. Just having some quick pictures, things like that. There's a lot of work.
So yes, so there is a work position that is over that, which is involved in it as well, and then it's hired everybody. And Heather, I'm assuming will still be available for consultation.
Yeah.
Okay, so then volunteer coordinator, which is formerly known as the FIPS coordinator. So they are responsible for organizing all volunteer opportunities, setting up all the sign-up changes, and communicating the needs to all the PTO members. So they will oversee the committee heads for the picture day, the hearing, screening, and they also plan the annual FIPS breakfast that we have in the school year. So we are trying really hard to get into our website more because we spend a lot of time updating graphics and keeping the calendar current and that kind of thing. So that should be, if you're wondering how to think of it as your number one place to go when you want to volunteer. So all the volunteer opportunities are there. We just want to make sure we're spoken to it. So this position will be trying to get percent of choices there and on social media, emailed out to the entire PTO. Equal opportunity for certain committee has to do creative, but there's a pretty big chunk that Valerie. I'm not saying that's what it is for the class. We're going to do more than this. Yes, but it's not necessarily through a committee, it's just something a lot of times that we know, but they're like, oh, help us. Yeah, so there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things. Yes, it's definitely bigger than okay, so communications coordinator is another new position, so I've been, trying to talk about our website. And that's kind of the future of this is continuing the website, so this person needs to be really knowledgeable of membership toolkit, which is the
be good at learning these things. This is not my forte at all. Everybody knows that, and I would be the worst person for this job. I can barely even log in. But some of you younger folk are better at this. So really, running the website, running social media. I mean, obviously, we all post things on the Facebook page, but we want there to be consistency with it and not everyone squarely at the last minute. Oh, I gotta put this on here, and then I gotta share it to all the different races. This would be more of a streamlined process, and then this person would also be in charge of like the graphics and flyers for like, for example, this card. So Jen's included all sorts of cute graphics and put up for us. Then we post all of this school, but then we also post on social media. So that's really the biggest piece of this position. Awesome. Okay, programs coordinator. This is another new position. So they will oversee our big in-school committees that we have. So those will include junior achievement, science resource center, P, which is PE, art, music, and radio arts. So definitely foresee maybe 3 or 4 committee heads in here. But what I really want this position to do is oversee that this is all happening smoothly, that everyone's getting trained as they should, that there's smooth communication between the committee head or say SRC and working with each grade level to make sure that really everybody's kind of getting their fair shake on this. The same for junior achievement, that's a huge program, and we want to make sure that everybody's getting it because it's a really important program in the state. It's just a really great program in general. So there's a big junior achievement, which is awesome. It really does something that people really like to do it. But we really want to very focused on that, very focused on SRC. SRC was something we didn't get to do last year. So in all honesty, when it kind of popped up this year, we were like, whoops, we need to get going on this. And people love volunteering for that. The P position we added kind of mid-year, and honestly, it ended up being a really important position working with Coach for field day. Like, there's a lot of coordinating that goes into field day, and this was a great position. And then the gardens, we need somebody in charge of the garden. It communicates with the lady that runs it and coordinating for water and that kind of thing. It's a really important program here at the school. There is maintenance that goes along, so we want somebody focused in on that. And then finally, the last position is the secretary/parliamentarian. Secretary will create the agenda for each board meeting and keep the meetings orderly. And we follow the Robert's Rules of Order and our processes and our voting processes. So we want to make sure they kind of keep us honest on that. They will report the minutes of all the meetings, and then make sure they're posted on the PTO website after each meeting. So I think the most important thing of this position is you have to be at the meetings. Like that should be, you have to be here. Because kind of counting on having the agenda in our hand, that's what we follow. We're doing this for really important things. And Heather's did an awesome job this year. She takes extremely detailed notes.
Like everything.
Yes, which she
Because
said
I know what you yeah.
I use those very detailed ones.
Well, you have to be very focused if you don't mind me adding. You know, obviously, the meeting, we're all there, but sometimes it's easy to like space out for just a second, but we're very much but to be on it.
Yes, that was very true. So she'll take extremely detailed notes and she goes back after the fact and streamlines them down to bullet points and posts them on the PTO website. That way, I don't even know if you all know this. At any given moment, you can go on the PTO website and see what we're talking about in our board meetings. Everything is out there for you. We will post them out there every month. And she also keeps us on track during the meetings because you know what, people together, we all like to talk, we all have stories, we go off on tangents. So this person needs to like reel everybody. So we have a tendency to have talking. The good news is we all really like each other and that helps. Okay, let's get that cheer. Okay, so what's next? Fill out forms. So take these home or not. If you're already like are walking and going, I want to do this, fill it out right now. Fill out your forms, email them in the email's on here, but just a reminder, Renell@cfisc.net or drop it off at the front by April 14th. In-person voting, April 25th, in the cafeteria, 6 p.m. Gotta be here to vote. And then as soon as we have our new board, the new board will come to the May. So that meeting is May the 6th, and that will be fine. So if that on the calendar, you're gonna get in there. And then watch for updates with the committee heads. So once we get the election finished and we get everybody kind of in place, then the committee head form will be going out. And I will put it on all the things we've talked about on our website, on the Facebook page, and on the other. And then one more plug in for our Facebook page and our website. Please go to them. And our website. Yes.
Can I make one last one on membership? Yes. Because I think a lot of people comes in with the vacation membership, but that's how we send the vacation out a lot too, and if you're not a member, I hear from people who go, oh, well, I didn't realize that you actually decided to. We try all different avenues to realize it, but that's a good way to, your opportunities, all of.
Right, every volunteer community called out. I'm also a member of the PTO, so I get those emails too, or like reminders this week. Many teachers are using services, so you have this reminder as well, but it's like,
When we send out emails to the, like, everybody knows. Okay, great.
I personally think,
And it's not meant to you, because I can really be people in.
no, I think knowing, that's why I wanted to be so upfront about the commitment, because I think that's probably the biggest thing. There's a definite time commitment there. So I think if you things for things that are like, oh my God, I'm never doing this, there's also all these resources here. I really, trying to encourage everybody to get reminders when we start. We're all there's such reminders to get in off a binder of information, take a job. And then also just, every job in here, even if it may be moved around, one of us has done every single job. And I mean, I started on the board with a kindergarten. So I had never even had a child in elementary school, and that's just how it ended up. So I think if you're willing to commit to it and you find something out there you think you're interested in, like maybe start out looking at maybe not a huge position to start with. So maybe you don't. Fundraising. First thing. So maybe you wait and do that on your next time. But maybe something that's not quite as big. And then if you decide, you know what, this is way too much of a commitment, the committee positions are also awesome. So I don't ever want to discourage you.
Nice, sure. So I started as secretary just this year, so we were there 2-year terms, but there were many extenuating circumstances. So I started in the middle term. So I was secretary 1 year, whereas these ladies have been a year before me. So there was a lot to learn in each particular. I wore a lot of hats as secretary, and then I also started here like spirit. So I would reach out to like essentially. But you know, there's a lot of resources. Questions.
And we're going to throw anybody in and they might figure it out. Like, ever.
Right.
So, most of us started, but I was talking to the library students, you know, they just on there and some of the other things, but very much is more so.
you all so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the ballot at the election. All or nothing, which is, which you're right. But